So today I'd like to close the loop on the rare earth minerals. Lots of comments, I appreciate it. A lot of new followers, especially from Asia. Again, I appreciate that. But some of the comments have really kind of like taken me back, like maybe you didn't watch the video. People are saying that what we'll do is we'll just take the rare earth minerals from France and Germany because they just do what we say. That China stole the technology for rare earth minerals, and so we should just take it back. None of this is actually true. It seems that a gentleman named Fang Yi is considered the father of China's rare earth minerals. He was named the Director of Science and Technology back in 1978, and he assembled a team of the smartest geologists and scientists to master the entire rare earth supply chain: mining, extraction, refining, and manufacturing. We're good at mining, okay? Now the big breakthrough is he came up with countercurrent extraction theory, revolutionizing the separation of rare earth minerals, elements, REEs, not REM, REEs, making China a global leader in production. His methods drastically reduced costs and increased efficiency, allowing China to dominate the rare earth market. And he laid the foundation for China's near monopoly of over 90% of the global supply at its peak. It's 92% now, okay? And here's what they say: it's in smartphones, EVs, wind turbines, military tech, fighter jets, missiles, drones, right? We know all this, okay? And they give you some other key figures in the China's rare earth industry. So as to who owns the tech and who's stealing from whom, it seems that the patents for rare earth minerals and rare earth elements are held by a global mix of corporations, research institutions, and governments, with China dominating in both production and intellectual property. So here is the breakdown of the players that are using the patents for rare earth minerals and rare earth elements. And since this is all about investing, here are the Western and Japanese companies and where they own patents. So like MP Materials USA owns the intellectual property for Mountain Pass Mine Refinery and supplies the Pentagon, okay? So I'm just saying, here are the players across the world: Japanese companies, American companies, and Chinese. If you think that this is a good place to invest, here are your companies. And in the second part of this slide, you can see where the major patent holders are. You know, for the magnets, Hitachi, TDK, and Rare Earth Group, China Rare Earth Group. And recycling tech is Urban Mining Company. I will point out that the US government and also the Europeans are now setting up the recycling plants for electronic, phones, iPads, all that stuff, to get the rare earth minerals out of them. Before, we did one thing: we shipped everything to China and they got all the rare earth minerals and REE. And here they talk about the future trends: decoupling US and EU investing in patent-independent REE supply chains. Example, MP Materials and Linus. Here's our two big ones. It seems apparent these are our big ones for us, okay? By the way, all this came out of DeepSeek. I ran into Perplexity and OpenAI at the same time, same question. And I will say to you that OpenAI and Perplexity were far more effusive in their praise of China and what they're actually controlling, way more than DeepSeek. DeepSeek, as you can see, is just kind of like black and white. Here it is. I just for your info. And here are a couple other of the research institutions, universities that own important patents in REE especially, okay? And you can see Marshallton Research Labs is a North Carolina-based company and licensed novel chemical separation technology for REE. And I believe that's its symbol, ORNL, but you can look this up yourself. So here's your companies that you can invest in if you think that this is going to be a big item. So, just doing a little bit of research, I would say that it's not true that we have rare earth minerals. We don't, and neither do any of our partners. And by the way, we're trying to sign the Quad deal with Australia, South Korea, Japan, and the U.S. And this morning, President Trump put on 25% tariffs on South Korea and Japan. I don't think they're going to be working with us, just a feeling, but I don't know. What do you think on that? And finally, I want to go over some of the numbers, right? So we have two anti-missile system. The shoot-down missiles, right? We have THAAD, T-H-A-A-D, and GMD, all right? Both of them are the short range. We make 660 of them per year. The THAADs, we make between 44 and 66, and that's our main weapon, all right? We shot 93 of them over 11 days for Israel, which was 20% of our 2-year supply, okay? 2-year supply in 11 days. By the way, both these missiles are now on hold in production, and why is that? We don't have rare earth minerals. So it's hard to be a superstar when you have feet of clay, and we have to resolve this. So whatever companies that have this ability, I believe very shortly is going to receive a lot of financing. If I was the president, I would be doing it. If I was industry, I'd be getting together to figure this out and fund somebody to get us rare earth minerals. Now, I'll point out something to you. We talk about this all the time. When we break a system in this new deglobalization world, it's not a 2-week fix. This is 5 to 7 years, and we do not own a lot of the patents. So here's the question I have to ask you. Will the U.S. and Europe pay attention to the patents? Because given the gravity of the situation, I don't know if I would follow the patent law, because we need these rare earth minerals. What do you think? Am I right? Am I wrong? Is it not that important? Everyone's running around talking about oil. It doesn't matter. We're the biggest oil producer in the world. We don't have any rare earth minerals. We can't run our military. Period. End of story. So, what do we do? Tell me in the comments, and like and follow.